So I grew up in the 1980s, and 1980s was a time which was dominated by two figures, and both came from countries that were that could be considered religiously fundamentalistic. And these two figures, even though they disappeared from the scene, but they never really died. It's as if they are always around, and their influence is there in day-to-day lives. One of them is Ayatollah Khomeini. So Ayatollah Khomeini appointed Ali Khamenei toward the end of his life on the instigation of Ali Akbar Hashmi Rafsanjani and I believe Ayatollah Khalkhali. And he gave Khamenei a job description which was incredibly narrow in its scope. And his job was to keep the revolution alive, to keep the revolution going. And all the things we see today, no war, no peace, and the access of resistance and all this, it's a continuation of the work that was given to Ayatollah Khamenei by Ayatollah Khomeini. And all of this is a continuation of that same policy of keeping the revolution alive. And then there was the other revolution that was inspired by the events of the 444 days of the hostage crisis in Iran, and that brought into power what I call the Reagan-Bush Express. And the second figure, of course, is Ronald Reagan. I mean, every leader in one way or another has been influenced by Reagan since that time. Even though Reagan's trickle-down economics succeeded in only bringing 7,700 people out of poverty, but somehow he inspired a revolution that just refuses to go away. And every president, I mean, George W. Bush loved his father, but he idolized not his father, but President Reagan. And so is Donald Trump. So is true of almost all the leaders. And one of the leaders who has been really inspired by Reagan is Mike Huckabee. Mike Huckabee is now the American ambassador in Jerusalem. And he ran for president, I believe, in 2008, but he was not nominated. So, and his daughter, of course, is the governor of Arkansas, and she was the spokesperson for Donald Trump in the first administration. And he is one of the chief supporters of the policy of starvation for Gaza. And he openly says that people of Gaza will only get food when the hostages come back. That's Reaganism alive and kicking even today.